Hello, one person. Hello. Ooh, I got two people. Hi. Hi, Skuno. I know. I haven't did a live in a long time. I wasn't really sure that I was gonna come on and do this now, but so I just said, okay, let me just come on and do this. I've been thinking about doing a live for a while, but I've been really busy. So I have some time on my hands, so I just figured I'd come on and I do a live. So I'm just looking into some music that I really want to have planned. So I just have some meditation music in the back and just going through some stuff to see what music I want to play, get me into my little mood. You know, sometimes you have to have your mind in a certain place. All right. So I'm gonna give it a minute just to see if anyone else may want to pop in, because this is really unexpected that I was gonna do this. I didn't put up any type of notifications or anything that I was gonna come on live, because again, I didn't plan it or anything. I just got my camera and said, okay, well, I'm gonna do this. Let me just do a live again. All right. Oh, I have 4 people. Oh, drop down to 3. That's fine too. Welcome to my live. It's been a while. Welcome to my live. Welcome to my live. I do have a little something in mind that I want to talk about. So, welcome to my live. Just want to wait before I really get started to see if anyone else is gonna come in and want to join. But that's awesome because I got 3 people. I have 3 people. 3. Okay, so in a minute I'll go ahead and I'll start in a few minutes. If you know anybody else that you think might want to jump on, go ahead and share the video and see if anybody else would want to jump on with my live. You guys may not believe this, but I'm really not that much of a talkative person. I'm really quiet, but I often push myself to do different things that's a bit out of my comfort zone. Like when I was working with Microsoft. Oh Lord, when I was working with Microsoft, they would always get me to do these to do talks. they would be like, well, we love hearing you speak and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, but I don't like to speak. But they would always put me up there to do speeches and motivational stuff or whatever. But it wasn't my thing. Okay. So let's see what we're going to do here. So I titled this video, this live, as, I don't even remember what I put on there because I can't see it. I called it concentration for meditation. I think that's what I put on there. I don't remember what I put on there. Okay. So with your journey, with my journey, I meditated a lot. Okay. So I wake up in the morning and I meditate. And now my meditations, I built up for a very, very long meditation. So I can go like 4 hours in a meditation easy now. Okay. So I wake up in the morning. I don't turn on the news. I don't turn on anything that could be like upsetting for the day. I just don't mess with any of that, because the way I want to set my day is to have a peace of mind. And typically when you turn on the news, or you can even start scrolling social media, and you'll start seeing just some negative things. And I don't want that inside of my head. I don't want to start my day with something negative like that. You know, who wants to start their day off by knowing that a child just got killed, and then now you got to go to work and be around other people, and you have this thought inside of your head? And what if you don't even like your job? Now you have this thought inside your head in regards to how this child just got killed this morning, and you're at work and you don't like your job. That just set your whole day off as kind of funky, right? So I don't wake up and I don't watch the news. To be honest, I can't tell you the last time I actually turned on the news. Like, really. Matter of fact, I don't really watch television. I'll like download and stream things, but I'm very specific about what I'll let inside of my mind, right? Because things that you let inside of your mind is just like food putting inside of your body. Food is more than what you think. So anything that's going inside of your mind, you're still feeding yourself with it. So I don't wake up in the morning, watch the news. I don't wake up in the morning, turn on the TV. I don't wake up in the morning and start streaming, watching social media, because I don't want to have certain things inside of my head, right? So I meditate, and then so let me back up a little. My meditation is for me to set my intention for that entire day. Okay. And so I want to have a peaceful day. I want to have a peaceful, very productive day, you know, with whomever I'm going to be around, or even it's just within myself. So I will, after I've done my meditations, then, you know, I may go into doing an exercise. I may yoga. I'll have my teas or something like that, but I'm at peace with myself. And I'm at peace with my surroundings, right? So that's how I start my day, and that's how I tend to end my days. Now, for this video, for what I'm going to be talking about is concentration for meditation. So we can all concentrate, and if you can concentrate, you can definitely meditate. So I got this message from this one person saying that they have a very hard time concentrating, but then it turns out really you don't have a hard time concentrating, because if it's something that you really want to do, you're going to concentrate on it. So you have selective memory or selective concentration, or you just select what it is that you really want to concentrate on or think about, right? Because when you're cooking, you're concentrating on what it is that you're fixing. When you're if you're playing a game, you're concentrating on that game that you're going to be playing, right? So we don't really have a problem with concentrating. It's just what we actually choose to concentrate on. And when you're meditating, you're going to be concentrating on pretty much nothing. You're going to, like, really, Nothing. Unless you say, okay, well, I'm going to do this meditation where I'm going to be concentrating on my breath. In and out. Concentrating on my breath. In and out. Or you're concentrating on a thought that you want to hold inside your head because maybe you're trying to manifest something. Okay? So, if you say, okay, well, I have an issue or I can't really concentrate on something. Our Father, let me back up, because our Father had us meditating when we were children. He didn't call it meditating, but whenever he come home from work, because we'd be running around all day just irritating the heck out of our mom, right? So when he come home, then he have us to sit in the lotus position, be silent. If you need to close your eyes, close your eyes. Don't move. Just sit there. Be silent. Just sit. And so we sit. Quiet. Looking around at each other. You know, we're kids, right? We're kids. But this is what he would have us to do. But he wouldn't necessarily have us focusing on anything in particular. But if you need to learn how to concentrate so that you can do a meditation, so that you can start to manifest some things within your body for your health, then here's some things that you can possibly do. Think about like when you're playing video games, right? You are in a heavy concentration there. That's also a form of meditation. That's like a hypnotic state when you're playing a video game. You are so concentrated on playing that video game that nothing can disturb you. That's a concentration. So if you can put your spirituality in the place of that game, do you know how powerful you can be, right? So I would say start on something small. And there's this guy that does lectures. You know, he talks about how start with an apple. So focus on the apple. And this is actually a good way. Focus on the apple. Because you know how the apple feels in your hand. So you hope you know how the apple feels inside of your hand. You know what it looks like. You know what it tastes like. You know what it smells like. You know that aroma of the apple, right? So focus on the apple during your meditation. That's it. Just focus on the apple. And don't worry about how long it actually takes you to do a meditation. It's actually the quality of the meditation that really counts, not the length of the time. You'll get to do like longer meditations the more meditations that you actually do. So start small and then build up. Don't concern over how long this person is able to do a meditation, because this is about you. This is about your journey. So you have to do what is actually best for you for doing your meditations. So wake up in the morning, do your meditations to start your day. Don't turn on the television because there's a lot of stress right there. And then end your day by doing your meditations as well. This will set your night. Okay. So that's just concentrating so that you can meditate. So like I said, even though if you're saying, well, I don't know how to meditate, I don't know how to concentrate, you really do. It's just what it is that you actually consider as meditating and concentrating. Because like I said, we do it all the time. When I'm cooking, I'm really so focused on what it is that I'm doing that when I'm making videos and I'm talking, that's actually taking me out of my element. Because usually when I'm cooking, I'm very quiet unless I'm humming or something like that. But I'm very quiet because I'm really kind of focused on what it is that I'm doing. And then that's a lot of energy that's going into the food or whatever that I'm preparing, right? So I'm also a very creative person. I'm a designer. So when I'm designing, like I design clothes, I design shoes, leather jackets, all that type of stuff. I'm a designer. So I put my attention and all that energy right into that. And see, and I started really, really getting heavy into the way I can focus when I was probably about around the time my father had had us meditating and stuff, because that's when I really started to connect into my creative side at the age of about 5 or 7 years old, because I started designing. And I actually made my grandmother a wearable dress, and her dress was yellow. But it was a very wearable dress I made for my grandmother. That came from being able to concentrate and to focus. And so I don't just sit and watch like these little short videos that's like on TikTok and all this type of stuff, because I don't know, that just kind of messes with the way that you focus, and to mess with the way that the mind actually works. Because if your attention span is going to be so short with those videos, then how do you focus and how do you manifest with something, right? So, and even when we were coming up as children, our father and our mother didn't have us watching television and stuff. So we were always outside doing stuff. And that also allowed for that creative side to grow. So I'm sure you have a creative side. I'm sure you're doing something that you really, really, really enjoy to do, and you're focusing on it. You have a concentration for that. See, so that could be something that you can use to focus on in your meditations as well. So as long as it allows you to be able to focus your attention in one spot for a certain amount of time, for however long that you can hold that, until you can build it up and build it up and build it up, and take it to an hour, take it to 2 hours, take it to 3 hours, however long that you can get it. But of course, you're going to start kind of small. I have a niece that meditates, well, one of my nieces that meditates, and she does her meditations for at least 4 hours as well too. It's really dope for a much younger generation to be doing something like that. 4 hours meditation that she's doing as well. I'm like high five and kudos all the way, right? So meditation and concentration, that's actually really good for your health and well-being, especially being on this journey that you're going to be on. Yeah. So you may find that when you start to meditate that you get jittery. I did a video a few years ago, probably about 2018, 2017, 2018, in regards to meditating, and how when you're meditating, when you're first starting off to meditate, you start feeling jittery and stuff, and you get antsy and you want to move all around and stuff. And that can happen, that will happen until you've actually brought your body to heal, because it's your mind that has to be in control. So if your mind isn't in control of it all to shut down everything else, then your body's going to twitch. You're going to want to scratch your ear, scratch your arm. You're going to be, oh my gosh, sitting this way is just so uncomfortable. I need to get up. You're going to have just some of everything that's going to be trying to disrupt you from sitting there and bringing your body to heal. Okay? So just remember, when you're playing those video games, you're focusing in those video games, and you can actually sit there all day playing them video games. You can definitely do a meditation that's going to be a long time. It's just you haven't thought about it again. You just haven't thought about it that way. So, yeah. Oh, I see some other people have joined. Oh, I got 2 thumbs up. So, whoever that's watching this video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. I would like for this video to get through the algorithms, and I keep being told to tell people to do the thumbs up so the videos can get through the algorithm, so that it can reach the people that it actually needs to reach. So, but yeah, meditation, definitely concentrations for your meditations, and it's all about your focusing. Oh, I see you sleep on. Alrighty, thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. So, let me see something. Now, you know, meditation is it's sort of like a type of hypnosis that you're going to be putting yourself in, and it's sort of like it's like putting yourself in an alpha state. And you know, when we're driving in our cars and we have these long stretches to do, and this would happen to me like all the time when I was working with Microsoft, because I would have to drive all over the place and do these trainings, and I would have to drive sometimes like a little over an hour to get to some of my locations to do a training for these guys, right? And so when you're driving and you're just focused on the road, and it's like you go into this hypnotic state where there is nothing there except for the road, and all of a sudden you're at your location. You just went into this hypnotic state in the alpha stage. You do that same thing when you're in a meditation. You do that same thing when you're playing your video games. See, I have to keep going back to the video games when you're playing that, because that's you concentrating. That's actually a form of meditation. That's you programming yourself to be able to sit for a certain amount of time and meditate. Because like I said, you can definitely do this. You can definitely do this. It's just the way that you think about it. So you have to just wrap your mind around this in a completely different way, okay? If you have to think about meditating as being a game, then let it be a game. Especially if it's with children. Let it be a game with children. And let's see how long you can sit here with this thought without moving, without talking, without being silly. Let's see how long you can actually sit here. Because meditation is, like I said, it's a good way to focus your mind for your healing transformation. And this is something that I did a lot, every day. And if it wasn't 2 times a day, then it was 3 times a day. So again, I woke up in the morning, meditated. Maybe in the afternoon, just depending on how my day was going, I might do a meditation on something. You know, because we want to manifest some things within our bodies. And what we want to manifest is health. So meditating allows me to do that. And then at the end of my day, before I turn in, I might meditate again. And throughout the day, you know, I might have my teas or whatever the heck, but meditation, yeah, and it takes you into higher states. And it reminds me of this movie, Higher States, when they went in altered states, when they went inside of this guy went inside of this chamber. Greetings to you, Danielle Nunn. Welcome to my live. I haven't done a live in a very long time, and welcome. So I'm just talking about concentration for meditating, and how sometimes we think that we can't concentrate or we can't meditate, but I'm showing you that really you can meditate, because we're meditating and we're concentrating on things all the time. It's just that we don't really see a lot of things that we do as concentrating or meditating, because we're not on my website is the same. It's named the same thing as my channel, Cooking for Health with Timah.com. all right, so yeah, so that's where you can get my book. And I'm glad you asked that, Sleep Ono, because there's a code that I have for you guys on YouTube, and it's only for you guys going through your journey. And the code is YoutubeCHT. Yeah, YoutubeCHT. You're gonna have to, because you have to put it in a certain way. So you have to look at you have to look at the last video, and you'll see the code inside of the description box. So look inside of the description box and you'll see the code, because you have to put it in a certain way. And it's the first book. It's the book that looks like this. This is the first book in the series, because it's a series of books that I have. So that's the first one. So look in the description box on the other video, and when I'm finished with this, and unfortunately I didn't put it in the description box on this live because I didn't really think that I was going to do a live. I had no clue that I was coming in to do a live. It just came in my head to, oh, jump on, do a live. And I haven't done this in years. It's been quite a while since I've done this. I used to come on and I used to do this on Facebook, and I would decode movies and stuff like that, you know. And part of my being able to decode movies and things like that actually came from me being able to meditate and concentrate on what it is that I wanted to be able to see. So I see different things, and then that's also how spirit talks to me. So I saw somebody, let me see what that message was. There was a message that came up. Oh, well, this is cool. I can see all the messages now. Okay, so what does Danielle say? Yes, I definitely have that issue. You have that issue in regards to being able to really sit and concentrate with your meditation. A lot of people do. Is that I got messages say, good morning. Hi, Greta. Hi, sister. Hi, sis. Hi, Greta. But I get messages a lot where people are saying that they can't concentrate, they don't know how to meditate, but you can meditate. But if you keep telling yourself that you can't meditate, then you're going to program that inside your head. You're not going to be able to meditate. And again, just remember, when you're starting off with meditating, and if you haven't meditated in a while, or if this is just your first time, get a video a thumbs up. Remember, you guys, give the video a thumbs up, because I wanted to get through the algorithms, and it helps out with the channel and everything, so that I can continue to do this type of stuff too. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Get a video a thumbs up. Share the video with whomever you think could benefit from this as well. But yeah, so what I was saying was, if you haven't meditated in a while, or if you haven't meditated, this would be like your first time ever doing something like that, then it can be a challenge, because your body is going to be wanting to do one thing while your mind is saying do something else. But if you remember how you can actually focus, because you're focusing on things all the time, and it's just a matter of how you think about meditations, you can definitely do this. So, and I was saying earlier how when I'm cooking food, I'm focused on that. I'm very focused, and I'm concentrated on that, and that's part of a meditation for me. So when you begin meditating, again, your body may be like, I need to get up, I can't sit here, I need to do something else. Oh, I'm itching, I need to scratch. And your mind is going to be like, no, you have to sit still, and we're going to sit still for this length of time. So but once you bring your body and your mind into coherence, then you'll be able to sit there for as long, and then the time will just start to pass. That's the way it is for me. Time just starts to really pass, just like that. Just like when I was working with Microsoft, and I was doing all those long drives to get to one location to the other to do those training. Some of those drives took like over an hour. And the only thing that I was really focused on was the drive, what was in front of me, the road. And you go into this hypnotic state, this alpha state, and next thing you know, like I was saying before, you're there. That's meditation. You're there. It just seems like, oh my gosh, I just went through time and I'm there right now. But you can do this. Like I said, you just have to put your mind in a certain way, and you can do this. All right, so what are some of these comments saying? What is that? Hold on. Hi, Michelle. Hi. It says, when I saw the movie Passion of the Christ, I saw something different. Oh, hold on. For some reason, the chat doesn't want to stay on the screen. I saw something different than everyone else. I'm sure we all get to see something different. And then it also just depends on your mindset behind different things too, you know. So like when I can be watching like Star Trek Discovery or just anything, but I'm just going to use Star Trek Discovery, right? So when I'm watching Star Trek Discovery and I'm sitting with a group of people, I see something completely different than what other people would see. That's just how the mind is, and it just depends on like where you're at, you know, where you're at in your mind, what it is that you're going to see. And then that's also one way that spirit talks to me. It shows me different things, but that's a discussion for another time. That's a discussion for another time. But yeah, so you know, so you guys meditating? Have you been doing your meditations? So anybody that's been doing their meditations, put a 1 up in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you've been doing your meditations. Uh-oh. I don't see no 1s coming up in the chat. Y'all not doing your meditations. Y'all not doing your meditations. Okay. So again, meditations are good for focusing your attention so that you can heal. It's not just focusing on just anything. So let me back up, because look, here's some thoughts. Like when you're ill, you have, and just depending on what your illness is. Thank you, Greta. Thank you, Greta. So Greta's doing her meditations, right? So because there's just a plethora of information that's put out on the internet. And when you're ill and you start doing this searching on the internet for different things, right? So say you somebody that has cancer, right? And you're doing research on cancer. So now what you have in your head, you have the look of a cancer cell. You know what it looks like for somebody who has cancer, how sick they're going to be looking. You have all this information inside of your head in regards to cancer, in regards to the illness, right? Okay. You have this in there because now you just programmed yourself to hold this information inside of your head in regards to the cancer. We do the same thing like with fibroids. You go searching for fibroids. So now you know what a fibroid looks like. You know where it's going to be inside of the body, okay? I'm going somewhere with this. You know where it's going to be inside of the body. You probably already know how it's going to feel inside of your body because you read all this type of stuff. You keep focusing on that and you keep holding that inside of your head. So here's what you got to do, okay? So if you're dealing with something, you have to get those thoughts out of your head. You have to get those images out of your head. So the images that you want to put inside of your head. So if it's going to be something healing and you already know what a fibroid looks like, and you know what an unhealthy uterus looks like, if you know what an unhealthy heart looks like, you want to get that out of your head. So look at some images of healthy hearts. Look at some images of healthy uterus. Look at some images of healthy body parts. You know what I'm saying? I know that sounds crazy, but look at healthy images because you already have these non-healthy images programmed inside of your head because there's so much stuff over the internet. So now when you want to do your meditation, you think of this healthy image of a uterus, of a heart, of your limbs. Just think healthy images. Print out a healthy image of something. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, print out a healthy image of that and you focus on that during your meditation. Thank you for that, Danielle. Yes. Print out a healthy image and let that be what you're going to be focusing on, because you have to remove that old stuff out of your head. because that's what's keeping you trapped, and it keeps you thinking about the pain of it. It keeps you thinking about the stress of it. It keeps you thinking about how I can't sit still and do this meditation. But if you have that positive thing inside of your head, and see, and that's the light at the end of your tunnel. You have this positive thing inside of your head. This is how you're going to set your intention for your meditation, with that right there. So now you already know what it is that you're going to be meditating on. I'm going to be meditating on this healthy heart. I want a healthy heart. Okay? So you meditate on that. You set all of your intentions on that right there. My heart is going to be healthy. My womb is going to be healthy. Okay? So that's how you want to program yourself. You have to get all those old images out of your head. You sit, you concentrate on that positive image. You set that and you program yourself with that. And see, that image that you're going to be holding inside of your head, it doesn't aggravate your spirit. So your spirit don't want to kick it out. It's pleasant to the thoughts that you're going to be holding inside of your head. And it doesn't make your body cringe when you think about it. But when you're always talking or thinking about illness, everything just wants to be like this. See? And that stress of all of that is what keeps you looking at those negative images. Because now what could possibly be going on is kind of like an addiction. What is it called? Dopamines. You start to build up these type of dopamines inside of your body, inside of your mind, for having that type of programming, that type of visual that stimulates you. So now you're gonna be jumping from one place to the other, listening to everybody that's going to be talking about illness, and the illness is going to be an illness that you're going through because you just connected to that energy that they're talking about in their illness. That's the dopamine. So you have to cut that part out. That's that programming part that you want to remove from your mindset. You have to reprogram we can reprogram our subconscious mind because we are programs. We're just like computers. As a matter of fact, computers are built off of our bodies. We have the memory of a computer. Okay? So we have all of that. We have the hard drive of a computer. My head is the hard drive of the computer. Okay? So we can program and reprogram ourselves. And even if you say, well, I'm dealing with this problem now, or I have this problem, I just can't get it out of my head. Yes, you can. Because really all it is, it's more so the emotion of it that you're holding on to, which keeps it a thought inside of your head in regards to that illness. So once you've actually removed that emotion from that thought that you keep on thinking about, that you're allowing to hurt you, you can move forward. You can replace it. That's transmuting energy. That's transmuting energy. You can definitely rewrite your story. Rewrite your story. You don't have to, and I keep telling people this, you do not have to live your life in pain, in misery, with illness, because you can rewrite the story. I did. I rewrote my story. I removed all of that. And again, you have to be able to concentrate. You have to be able to focus. And you do all of that so that you can go into a meditation with those positive images inside of your mind, with that positive energy with your spirit, so that you can have a positive outcome in your body. Okay, so I don't know. So let me ask you, anybody have any type of questions that they would want to ask me? Anybody have any questions that they would like to ask me in regards to their journey? And remember, your journey is something completely different than what somebody else's journey is going to be. So don't concern over how this person does something versus the way this person does it. And again, I'm talking about meditating, concentrating, and meditating. So I would like to stay on the topic. Let's stay on topic. Any questions? No? Okay. So maybe you're forming them. Okay, so Sleek Uno had mentioned, asked a question about how to get my book. My book is on my website, and my website is titled the same as my YouTube page here. It's called Cooking for Health with Timah, no spaces.com. Okay. If you look in the description box of my last video, or even the videos prior to that, you'll see that there's a code inside of it, and the code is for this book. The code is for this book. Sorry, you probably couldn't hear because the book was over my face, but the code is for that book. Okay. I never thought that I was going to actually write a book. I never wanted to write a book in regards to disease. So I figured out a way that I can do this without grossing anybody out, without making you feel uncomfortable, without even placing your mind on sickness, because you have to be able to concentrate on something completely outside of the norm when you're going through your healing. And for anyone that's coming in and they're a little bit late, I'm talking about concentration for meditation. And so, but just rewind the video and you can see what all I've said about that. And I didn't intend to talk about the book, but it was brought up in the chat. So inside of my book, I do have meditations. I have various exercises for you guys to do. I have my detox. It's a full body detox that I would definitely recommend that you do. Okay. Clearing your body out of a lot of these junk foods would also help you to be able to do your meditations, because oftentimes these junk foods, and I'm not just talking about like potato chips and stuff like that when I say junk foods, I'm talking about it can be different foods that are even considered as vegan foods are considered as junk foods. Here's an example of something that I would be considered as a junk food, like those mock meats in the store, soy-based mock meats and all that type of stuff. I consider those junk foods. Okay. Actually, soy was never really considered to be a food. It became a food out of necessity over in China. It became a food because of necessity over in China. Okay, because of all the people. So do a little. Oh, my music just went off. Oh, it came back. But yeah, and I had this conversation with this lady. They owned a Chinese store, so I had a conversation, and she was telling me how they really don't eat as much soy as Americans do, because the males eat a certain amount, a certain amount of grammage, and then the women eat a certain amount of grams that's different from the men. But over here in America, she says how it's inside of some of everything, and it is, and that is very full of it's high in estrogen. Okay, so but that's not what this is about. But the reason I bring that up is because This is what I'm considering as junk foods. Part of what's considered as junk foods. So these are some things that would keep you from really being able to do your meditations as well, and keep you to sit in place, because they can upset your stomach, they can upset different organs, and it can keep your mind from being at ease. So when you're going to do your meditations, you want to be at ease. You don't necessarily have to be sitting when you're doing your meditation. You just have to be in a comfortable position. Okay, so if you need to lay down, then you lay down and do your meditations. Lay down, sit up, whichever way that is comfortable for you. You can do meditations inside of the tub. That's a great one right there. I do that. Matter of fact, I just did one last night. And when I do that inside of the tub, I use seaweed inside of my water. I put that inside of the book as well. I use seaweed inside of my water when I do my meditations that way. So, you know, you set the mood for when you get ready to do your meditation. So, you know, it's you and your mind. It's you and your spirit that's going to be inside of that tub. All right? And so you do your meditation inside of the tub. Now, I later learned that that's what's called a spiritual bath. So calling it a spiritual bath, that's something new to me. So to me, that's just getting inside of the tub. So the way that I do it, I have a shower first. So I have two bathrooms. So one bathroom has a walk-in shower, and so I take my shower first, and you know, you clean all your sweat and dirt or whatever off of you, and then you have your bath. So inside of my bath, I like to use bladder wrack, but I'll use various types of kelp, and I'll put a lot of it inside of the tub when I'm going to do my meditation this way. And my water will tend to turn green because of it's so live with all these minerals that's inside of the tub, you know, and that's just energy. And so you immerse yourself inside of the tub, you immerse yourself inside of this energy, and you just start to connect with it. And so you do your meditation that way. Then after you're done, you don't throw the seaweed out. You gather back up. I use a net. I gather it back up, and then I let it dry out, because you can use it over. Once it's dried out, you can use it over. But you might want to continue to add to it every time that you're going to be doing your meditation, and you're going to be inside of the tub with it. Okay, so when I'm inside of the tub and I do my meditations inside of the tub, I'll put in things that are reminiscent of being at the ocean, being around seawater, right? So I have shells inside of there. I use candlelight when I'm inside of the bathroom and I'm doing my meditation inside of the tub. This is not a time for washing yourself. So again, I do that inside of the shower, and then I get inside of my tub. But I do this by candlelight. I have my shells. I have specific smells inside of it. Although the bathroom is going to smell like you're out at the water because of how much seaweed that's inside of the tub from when I'm doing this. And it's very pleasant and it's very calming. Okay, so, and it can get so calming to where you might even want to fall asleep. But I haven't fallen asleep yet when I do a meditation inside of the tub. So, but it gets so relaxed like that. So I took a video of that, so I'll probably upload that as well and show that off. But yeah, so that's called a spiritual bath. I didn't know that it was called a spiritual bath. I just call it taking a bath. I'm meditating inside of the tub, and I'm putting some seaweed inside of the tub with me. Okay. So again, if you haven't thumbed up the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet, especially if you find that any of this information is useful for you. And again, definitely, you can definitely do this, you guys. You can fix your concentration so that you can focus, do your meditations, so that you can heal yourself. There's this one lady that I know of. She would send me messages about her meditations, and she would talk about how she's getting different answers, different questions that she has answered. And I'm just like, yeah, because our subconscious mind holds on to all kinds of things. We are definitely connected. We are part of the universe. It is me. I am it. You go into your darkness. You close your eyes and you connect to the darkness, that energy of the universe. It is within me. Close your eyes. There it is. You're in the darkness. So, but yeah, she was getting answers to some of the questions. The only thing is she didn't keep it up. She didn't keep it up. And what I want to say, you guys, is stick to it, because you can definitely do this. You can definitely do this. So I'm sitting up under some lights, and it's 78 degrees in here. Not good. Not good, because I think it's about to start making me sweat, because I'm sitting up. I have a light right here, a light right here, and I'm right up under it. And usually when I'm doing something, I'm just in natural light from outside, because I get a lot of light in here. But I have this light shine. You can probably see it. Look, that's the light coming down right on me, because it's right at me. It's 24 inches away from me. This is crazy. And I will never do another video where I have the light so close to me. I will continue to do my videos with natural light. But yeah. So oh boy. There's I was showing one of my younger nephews to do a meditation, and he enjoyed it. But my little nieces, the ones that are very young, they couldn't sit. Because they're so young. One was she was 3 years old. She's 3. And then one is 5, and he's 8. He could sit there, and he sat there longer than I thought he was gonna sit there. The 7-year-old, she sat there for maybe about 2 minutes. But the 3-year-old, she was up and running. As soon as she sat down, she was right back up and running. She was like, yeah, I can't get with this. She couldn't get with it. But then again, I didn't turn it into a game with them, so I have to try that with them. I have to turn it into a game so that they can do this too. And so I learned that my niece, what she had been doing, she would go and look for meditations and still try to get herself to do meditation. So I thought that was pretty boss, that she was doing that for herself. She wasn't doing it for anybody. She wasn't doing it for me. She was doing it for herself. And just this little girl, 7 years old, 5 years old, and she was like, I want to learn how to meditate. And so I just thought that was really boss, that she would take the time, have that thought inside of her head to do that. But when you're young, it's easier for us to start adopting things, so that when we get older, we already have this ability to do certain things. And so, like I said, when we were young, our father would have us sitting, and sit down, cross your legs, close your eyes if you need to close your eyes, sit still, do not talk, just do that. And we did. And out of that, I would like to say, came part of my creativity, because I was doing a lot of stuff creatively as a child, and continued. And but okay, I've actually been on here longer than I thought I was going to be on here. It's an hour now, y'all. I never thought, yeah, but it's been an hour now. So if you guys don't have any questions or anything in regards to meditating, and make sure you give the video a thumb up. Again, give it a thumb up. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Share the video if you need to share the video, whatever. If you have some questions, go ahead and ask questions. This is in regards to concentrating and meditating. Then, you know, you can always rewind the video and watch it from the beginning and see some other stuff that I was talking about. Okay? So maybe I will do this again sometime soon. And I want to thank you guys for coming in and joining me during this unscheduled impromptu live that I did today. I don't know if I'll actually schedule one. I think I prefer to just jump on and do something, because I think if I schedule it, then I'll probably be like, I'm just not going to do it because I'm not feeling it. I have to be in a certain mood to actually really want to talk about something. That's the way I am with my videos too. Spirit just comes over me and just be like, okay, you have all these thoughts in your head, you need to get it out. And so I get it out inside of some of these videos. I have a few spiritual videos left on this channel. It's like they go and come and they go. It's like a ghost in the system where they just come and go. I don't know. But, okay. So I'm going to end this now. And again, thank you guys for joining me in this impromptu live. And I am out. Peace out. Until next time we meet. Okay, how do I stop this thing? Yeah, so I haven't done this in a long time. I'm not sure how to stop it. I'm on my phone. Okay, wait a minute. I guess I just pressed this X. Oh, yeah, I just pressed the X.